You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 27th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Plan Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good afternoon. This is the Michigan. Sorry. I know, right? Good afternoon. This is the Michigan City Plan Commission regular meeting, Tuesday, February 27th, 2024 at 6 p.m. My name is Sylvia Martin. I am filling in for Skylar York, and I'm the Assistant Director. I'm going to start first with roll call of officers. Ross Balling.
Here.
Antonio Connolly.
Here.
Yeah.
You're important. Yeah, you don't remember I'm talking anymore.
No.
Or you can get up top.
Yeah.
Top shelves. That's executive.
I thought somebody was throwing their voice when they were like, here. I'm like, which one were you?
I think he's scared of heights. You don't want to.
Okay. Antonio Connolly.
Here.
Brian Dabney.
Present.
I'm going to mess this up. Bruce De Medici.
Here.
Did I say that right?
The Medici.
The Medici. Okay, I'm going to have to tell that to Skylar. Daniel Granquist.
There.
Roscoe Hoffman.
Here.
Fred Klender.
Here.
Rose Tejeda.
Yes,
Did I-
here. Very good. Thank you.
Steve, he showed me how to say it. Timothy Warner
Present.
and attorney Steve Hale.
Present.
He's virtually.
Present. I am present.
Thank you, Steve. So ends your roll call of officers. We're going to start off by going around and introducing everyone so that the public can know the newer members, and then we'll move right into our election of officers. Can we start at the far left end? You were in my face. Sorry.
My name is Roscoe Hoffman. I'm the liaison for the Parks and Recs Commission.
Okay.
Bryant Dabney, counsel at large. I'm the liaison appointment from the city council.
My name is Rose Tejeda, local resident and business owner.
Ross Pauling, local resident and business owner.
Dan Granquist, local resident, owns some businesses involved in the community.
I'm Fred Klender, retired.
Bruce DeMedici, local resident, business owner.
Antonio Connolly, local resident and business owner.
He intentionally didn't sit in front of one.
Tim Werner, city engineer.
All right, thank you. I would like to start off with the election. Do we have any nominations for the president, the seat of presidency?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Dan Granquist for president.
Support.
Do we have any other nominations for president? All right, so Dan, do you accept your nomination?
I will accept.
Dan accepts his nomination. Let's do the vote. Ross Balling,
Yes.
Antonio Connolly,
Yes.
Brian Dabney,
Yes.
Brian DeMedici,
Yes.
Dan Granquist,
Yes.
Roscoe Hoffman,
Yes.
Fred Klender,
Yes.
Rose Tejeda,
Yes.
Timothy Warner,
Yes.
and attorney Steve Hale. It's really, he doesn't have a vote, but no, he doesn't. Congratulations. You are the president.
Thank you for sympathy.
Either.
It's all good to be back here for the new year here. We look forward to good things in the development in our community. So at this time, we'll call for a nomination for vice president. Do we have any nominations for vice president? And I would step up and nominate Bruce Medici. Would there be a second to that nomination?
I second.
Is there any other nomination for vice president of the Plan Commission? Seeing none, Bruce, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
And I do have your name correct, right, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Then let's call for a vote. And Sylvia, you'll go through the roll call.
Ross Balling,
Yes.
Antonio Connolly,
Yes.
Brian Dabney,
Yes.
Bruce De Medici,
Sure.
Daniel Granquist,
Yes.
Roscoe Hoffman,
Yes.
Fred Klinder,
Yes.
Rose Tejeda,
Yes.
and Timothy Warner.
Yes.
So ends your vote. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bruce. Thank you. Thank you. We have the vice president elected, then we'll move on to nominations for secretary of the Michigan City Plan Commission. Do we have a nomination for a secretary? Then I nominate Rose Tejeda for secretary position. Would there be a second to that nomination?
I'll second.
Is there any other nomination for secretary? Seeing none, then Rose, you've been nominated seconded. Would you accept that position?
Yes.
And Sylvia, do you hit roll call?
Ross, excuse me, Ross Balling,
Yes.
Antonio Connolly,
Yes.
Brian Dabney,
Yes.
Bruce De Medici,
Yes.
Daniel Granquist,
Yes.
Roscoe Hoffman,
Yes.
Fred Klinder,
Yes.
Rose Tejeda,
Yes.
Timothy Warner.
Yes.
So ends your roll call election for secretary. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Secretary Rose Tejeda.
Thank you.
We have the officers elected. We'll move on the agenda to the approval of the agenda that we've been following already here. After the election of officers, there's not a lot here. Do we have a motion to approve the current agenda?
So move.
Second.
I'll call for the vote. Ross Balling,
Yes.
Antonio Connolly,
Yes.
Brian Dabney,
Yes.
Bruce De Medici,
Yes.
Daniel Granquist,
Yes.
Roscoe Hoffman,
Yes.
Fred Klinder,
Yes.
Rose Tejeda,
Yes.
and Timothy Warner.
Yes.
Agenda approved.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. The last regular meeting we had was last July. It's been a while since we've been together here. We did have a lot of development, number of petitions last year for the first half of the year. So we're looking forward and anticipate some good development coming this spring and summer here. The minutes have been dispersed, either mailed or emailed. So if you've had a chance to look at them, especially those that were here last year on the commission here. But otherwise, does anybody have any comments or corrections to the minutes? If not, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll motion to approve the minutes.
Support.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
I'll call for the vote. Ross Balling,
Yes.
Antonio Connolly,
Yes.
Brian Dabney,
Yes.
Bruce De Medici,
Just because I'm the commissioner, I don't know anything about the meeting, so it seems like my vote doesn't matter because I don't know if the meeting, I wouldn't be in a position to approve it, so abstain.
Okay, perfect. Daniel Granquist,
Yes.
Roscoe Hoffman,
Yes.
Fred Klinder,
Yes.
Rose Tejeda,
Yes.
Timothy Warner.
I will abstain as well. It's the same reason.
Yeah. Minutes approved.
Minutes have been approved. Next item on the agenda are petitions. We don't have any petitions tonight. This is a short meeting. The next item of business is any new business or old business. There's not anything old, I think, left from last year. Do you have any thoughts or information, Sylvia?
No new business and or old business.
Okay, then we move on to the next item on the agenda are public comments. Is there anybody in the public in the room, or if you have any comments, then step up to the podium here and tell us your name and address and share your comments.
I know the routine. Hello, board. Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place.
And your address?
200 Kenwood Place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't mean to be this. I don't intend to be a jerk with this question. Given that this board hasn't met since July, it's a very large board. We've had a lot of development in the last 7 or 8 months. What is it this board is tasked with? I mean that in all sincerity.
Well, the purpose of the commission is to review any zoning changes and development changes and approval of plans for some subdivisions and the drawings like that. So we can only act on petitions that developers and people will bring to the commission here. So we don't initiate anything. We just receive the petitions, comes many times by council, sometimes by themselves. But if a petition is presented, then we will meet. And if we have a regularly scheduled meetings, those are published in advance once a month. It was the fourth Tuesday of each month. If there are no petitions, then there's nothing, no business for us to do, and we don't meet.
So the 11th Street project would have come through here. The SOLA would have come through here at one point, because we have redevelopment commission. And we have a lot of boards. As a citizen, it's hard to try to understand what.
There's a lot of jurisdictions here. There's the BZA, the zoning board, BZA, Board of Works, Plan Commission. There's a Historic Preservation Commission for certain historic districts. So there's a lot of different jurisdictions. Obviously, the city leaders from the engineers and the building permits and all those things, so fire department even. So there's a lot of input. We have limited jurisdiction for the petitions for development, subdivisions, and things like that come to us. But we only receive what petitioners bring to us.
Great,
And
thank you.
I'll further answer that for you and the public who needs to understand. Plan Commission is about rezoning and restructuring. BZA is about deviating from a law and or regulation. Historic Review Board is about areas that are in a historic district and wanting to redevelop those areas. And well, I wouldn't say redevelop, you want to restructure a home or put a business there. You have to go through them before anything can be able to be changed on the outside or the surrounding area of that building. So just think of it that way, restructuring, because they do plot and subdivisions where they separate land. Whereas BZA, we don't separate land. We look at the regulation and identify what it is that you potentially can do. It's a give or take. Here is either or.
Great, I appreciate your responses. Last thing, since you mentioned zoning, rezoning, looking at a zoning map of Michigan City, we're pretty locked down with the different R categories, the different residential. We have a desperate need for housing in this town. I'm sure you're all familiar with transit-oriented development where you have higher density near public transportation. I think most people agree that's good urban plan at this time. As public comment, I would just put it out there that we take a look at the zoning map to see where there's chances to maybe rezone places to allow for higher density. Thank you.
Thank you for attending and thank you for your questions. Are there any other public comments in the room or online?
I would like to just make one comment. Just as a fellow resident, I've only been on the board for a year, and I could just tell you, most of these projects are a year ahead. So if you're seeing development now, it probably was a year ago, prior to even me joining. So just kind of keep that in mind. We're a year ahead.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and another quick comment regarding that. But I'll just give an example. There was a person right on the corner of 11th and I believe that's Washington. The building was designated as residential. We ended up changing that to where they have apartments on top. I think it was business, and so we ended up changing them to residential. So the petition will still have to come through Skylar if somebody wanted to change the zoning of a property, if they wanted to build something there. So we don't go out seeking those. They do come to us, and that's how it's kicked off. I mean, there has been talk on the city council, and I've heard people mention it, talking about doing some zoning in the city and changing certain things. But for the most part, it comes through Skylar, eventually to the board here.
And petitioners will come to the planning department with Sylvia, Skylar, and Kyle. They work through all the mechanics of it, and then it gets on our agenda before it comes to a commission. There's filing requirements, timing requirements, and so forth before it comes here.
Technically, before you get it's a lot of avenues technically before it gets to any of the boards, to be quite honest. It's a whole process.
So again, thank you for the question. That's good for you, for anybody watching and listening and wondering what's going on here. So we appreciate that. I see you're here, no other comments, so we'll close the public comments. And then the last item are commissioner comments. We want to welcome all the new commissioners for this year. I appreciate you stepping up and volunteering to serve. We look forward to good things. So let's start over here. Do you have any comments? Is Antonio, right?
Yes, Antonio. No comments.
I don't have comments, just happy to be here, looking forward to what we can accomplish.
Yes, I welcome the new members. I've been here for a number of years, and I think you'll find it very enjoyable and fulfilling to be involved in making up Michigan City and making it better.
Looking forward to another year, and hope everybody is, gets out and helps out as much as they can and volunteer.
Yeah, I'd just like to say welcome to the new members. Great to have you. I hope you enjoy it.
No comment tonight.
As a new member, I'd like to say welcome to the other new member.
Thank you.
And we welcome all the new members here. And for the public and all the members here, we're here to help the community grow and expand and accomplish things. And we look forward to development. We're here to try to make things happen as long as everything's within the guidelines and the rules. We want everybody to be successful in our community, and we appreciate that opportunity to participate. Sylvia, any questions? Or Tim, any comments from the engineer?
Oh, but I might have some next time.
I have no questions and or comments.
Okay.
It was great meeting you all and filling in for Skylar.
Yeah, thank you. Good replacement for Skylar. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, we've had comments. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We don't need a roll call. Thank you very much.